Hey guys, Coach Justin here with your at-home workout of the day for Wednesday, July 15th. Our prep for today, we're gonna start with a lazy deadlift. So, grab your broomstick. You're gonna have your hands just outside of your thighs here with your feet hip width. And you're going to start at the neck and work your way down the spine. So bring your chin to your chest. So you're rounding your neck and then round your upper spine, middle spine. Slowly guide that broomstick down over top your shoelaces. Reach down. Basically, we're doing a bad technique deadlift here, and this is really the only time we would ever do that. And then unwind from the bottom up. So lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, neck, and then repeat. All right, so 10 reps of a lazy deadlift to start. Next, we're gonna do a prone position Superman. So you're gonna be on your stomach with your arms outreached and your toes pointed back behind you. The goal here is not to arch up super high, but come off the ground with your opposite arm and leg and hold for a moment, and then release, lower them, and then switch over to the other side. So it'll look like this. Here, opposite arm and leg come off the ground, 1,000. Come back down, other side, 1,000, come back down. Squeezing your glute, okay, driving your hip into the ground with the side that is raised. And you're gonna repeat that for 8 reps on each side. Finally, you're gonna get into a tabletop position on your hands and knees, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Make sure your spine is in a nice straight position. Dig your toes in, deep breath in, brace up. Knees come off the ground ever so slightly. And we're holding that bear plank position there with our elbows locked out. Hold it for 30 seconds. Then back to the top with the lazy deadlifts. We're gonna go through those 3 movements for 3 rounds, and that's your prep for today. All right, our strength for today, we're gonna start with 10 reps of a basket deadlift. So either your grocery basket or your milk crate filled with some weights, canned goods, books, dumbbells, whatever weights you've got. Okay. And then you want to set yourself up and stand as directly on top of the basket as you can. And when you're reaching down to pick it up, you push your hips back, your chest falls. Okay, belly full of air, grab on. Drive your feet through the ground to stand it up, nice and tall, without leaning back, right? Up nice and tall, shoulders back, good posture. Hips back, chest falls, touch the ground, and repeat. All right. So you want to fill this up relatively heavy today, so with whatever you've got that you can make it challenging for 10 reps. Okay, you can also add or subtract a few reps based on what you've got in there and how heavy it is. So we're going to start with 10 reps there. Following that, we're going to do 8 reps per arm of a single arm, single leg overhead press. Okay, so 1 dumbbell. If the dumbbell is in my right hand, my left leg is supporting me. So I'm balanced here. From here, I'm gonna press the dumbbell up overhead, bring my arm towards my ear, lock out the elbow, come back down, dumbbell to the shoulder, and repeat. All right, so my supporting leg, my knees straight, my glute is engaged and fired. Okay, stiff all through that supporting leg. So there's minimal reasons to lose my balance because I'm so engaged. So 8 reps, switch sides. Dumbbells in my left hand, that means my right hand balances. And then I'm pressing up and back down. All right. 8 reps per side. Finally, we're gonna get into a star plank position here. So, on your elbow, knees bent, heels tucked towards your butt. You're gonna side bridge up to your knees. All the while, we're gonna spread our knees apart and raise our arm to the ceiling, making this star position. This is really more of a glute exercise rather than an oblique exercise. So try to feel it on that side of the hip that's facing the ground. And you're gonna hold that for 20 seconds, change sides, 20 seconds on the other side. If you wanna add a little bit of weight or challenge to that, instead of pointing your hand to the ceiling, you can just hold the weight on your hip to add a little bit of load. So 20 seconds per side there. We're gonna go through those 3 movements for 5 sets today, and that's your strength for today. All right, our accessory work for today. So no Metcon, but we have an opportunity to work on some of those things, those smaller muscles, accessory muscles that we don't get to focus on too frequently. We're gonna start with a dumbbell scaption. So if you've got 2 lighter dumbbells, that works well. If not, water bottles work well as well because you don't need a whole lot of weight here. So start standing with your feet hip width parallel to one another. I want you to bring both of those weights shoulder height at about a 45-degree angle outwards. Okay, so not straight outwards, not straight forwards, somewhere in between. So 45 degrees is what I'll suggest. From here, you're gonna come down halfway with one dumbbell and then come up halfway with that same dumbbell. All the while you're holding this weight nice and straight at shoulder height. So you're going up and down, nice and controlled for 10 reps, and then bring that dumbbell up to shoulder height and hold it there while you go up and down for 10 reps on the other side. Okay, throughout this whole process, try to keep those shoulders away from your ears and not shrugged up here. Relaxed with the traps, the upper traps, and moving with the muscles of your rotator cuff. Okay, so 10 per side there. Next, with those, or with one of those same lighter dumbbells or water bottle, what you're gonna do is get yourself into a side plank. You can do this from your knees or your feet, okay? Pick either side plank variation, and your elbows in, and then you're gonna punch the weight out in front of you, come back in, pull it in like you're rowing, all right, to your waist rather than up here to your shoulder. Pull your elbow back, punch it, come back, and try to keep your hip elevated off the ground the whole time. Same idea if you're going from the knees. All right. So you're going to do those side plank punches for 10 reps, switch sides and perform 10 reps on the other side. Finally, we're going to do hip cars, controlled articular rotations of the hip. Now you can grab onto something to support your balance. Follow along here, so bring your knee up to hip level, open it up as far as you can. Now you're going to internally rotate at the hip. So your heel's gonna go up, but your knee's gonna stay in the same spot. Okay, I get stuck here. Now I'm gonna continue to rotate inwards as I bring my hip over here into extension without leaning my body too much. And then I come right back down to where I started from. You're really trying to grind through all of the range of motion that your hip has, that ball in socket, to help with the active mobility, active range of motion of the hip joint. Nice and slow and controlled. You're gonna do that for 3 reps and then change sides and do 3 reps on the other side. We're gonna go through those 3 movements for 3 sets, and that's your accessory work for today.